Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Patek Philippe Nautilus reference 5711 1A. You can see and you can purchase the silver-dialed stainless steel Patek Philippe Nautilus on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and of course complete pricing details for this Patek Philippe 5711 1A. Now, the 5711 debuted in 2006. 6 years later, in 2012, this silver-dialed variant bowed, and it might be said that with the blackened indices and hands at center atop a silver-white dial, this is the most practical and readable member of the Nautilus family. Now, in terms of bare dimensions, on my 16-centimeter circumference wrist, the watch measures 40.5 millimeters when measured from approximately 1:30 to approximately 7:30. If you were to measure it conventionally, however, from 9 to 3, including the flanking winglets and the crown, it has a more substantial 43 millimeter span, and it does wear like that. It feels broad and substantial on the wrist. Its lug-to-lug dimension is relatively compact at only 44.5 millimeters, but when you add the rigidity of the bracelet, which can be pulled straight down, it does expand the horizontal scope of the watch across the wrist to a more substantial 50.5 or 51 millimeters, giving the watch an impressive visual effect, and again considerably larger than the 44.5 millimeter lug-to-lug span would suggest. This is a watch that, in my estimation, can be worn on a wrist as small as 14.5 to 15 centimeters in circumference, but make no mistake, on any wrist it cuts a low profile at only 8.5 millimeters thick with a generously sloped case flank and bezel. Now, a steel Patek Philippe is a little bit of a rarity within a rare family. Patek only building approximately 55 to 60,000 watches per year. When you consider that less than 20% of that is steel, you realize that a timepiece like this is like that circle within a circle that pares down the already uncommon into the downright scarce. You'll also note that the finish is spectacular. Now, while Patek produces mostly precious metal watches, stainless steel requires just a little bit more artisanal flair, patience, and strength of tools. It is harder. It will wear tools down faster, and because progress on these beautiful mirrored hairline bevels, satin finished hoods, and polished centerlinks takes longer, so the artisanal investment in a watch like this is actually greater than what you'll find in the softer precious metals. You'll also note the beautiful taper of this substantial bracelet, which integrates into the flow of the lugs of the case and terminates in a double deployant, fully finished Patek Philippe buckle. When closed, it is very low in profile and secure thanks to a clamshell. Now, the case is the classic Gerald Nautilus as first envisioned and realized in 1976. You have the winglets across the flanking sides of the case. You have the rounded geometric form of the bezel. You have the contrasting polished and satin finished surfaces, as well as a combination of rounded compound curved surfaces with hard character lines and creases. It rewards close viewing, and it never becomes old. As I mentioned earlier, this particular model seems to have the greatest combination of the iconic essentials of the Nautilus with a high contrast dial that quite simply does a better job of allowing you to tell time than any other model within the Nautilus family. The blackened indices are all luminescent, and they simply explode off the dial in the light, but they're also highly legible in low or no light conditions. There is a dimpled minute and seconds track outboard and a discrete date window at 3 o'clock. Of course, the watch does include a quick set for cycling the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. And on the back, Patek Philippe's artisanally finished caliber 324 automatic unidirectional winding, highly efficient with unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings for long-wearing durability. It features Côte de Genève, linear across the bridges, circular across the winding mass. Also, Patek Philippe's free-sprung Gyromax style balance, which is a little bit more stable than a mobile index and takes a regulation and holds it better in the face of bumps and knocks on the wrist. It also features an amagnetic Spiromax silicon hairspring for resistant to magnetism and magnetically induced timing deviation. Of course, in addition to the quick set, it features a number of refinements that add up to an extremely slim and efficient timepiece, but it's also beautiful. In addition to those Côte de Genève, there's a tight and even perlage across the base plate. The anglage is beautifully executed at the edge of every bridge, hand laid down, rounded like true hand anglage, and mirrored impeccably. All of the screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots, and the timepiece in general exhibits a virtuosity and consistency in finishing that even many watches bearing the hallmark of Geneva or the Geneva seal don't universally feature. So both technically and artisanally, this is a masterpiece. And because this is a sports watch, 120-meter water resistance thanks to the screwed-in caseback and the screwed-down crown means that this stainless steel timepiece can go just about anywhere as you wear just about anything. You can see and you can purchase it on our website.